if Max Verstappen drank 100 bottles of Red Bull, not one before the start, not a couple for a boost, but a full 100. Of course, this is purely hypothetical. It's not an experiment and definitely not a call to try it. Max Verstappen has never done this, and that's exactly why he's a champion.
Max Verstappen, for the first time ever!
If you don't follow Formula One, it's important to understand why Max's name matters here. Max Verstappen is one of the most successful drivers of his generation and one of the youngest champions in F1 history. He made his debut in the pinnacle of motorsport at 17, when other drivers weren't yet trusted with an F1 car. He won his first Grand Prix at 18. By 24, he had already become a two-time world champion, and over his career, he has secured more than 50 Grand Prix victories. These are record-breaking numbers for his age and a clear example of how a young driver can rise to absolute dominance in motorsport. In Formula One, victory doesn't go to the one who accelerates the hardest. It goes to the one who can maintain a clear mind, composure, and full control of the body for the longest time. Here's the cultural paradox. Max is the face of Red Bull racing, and Red Bull as a brand represents energy, adrenaline, risk, pushing limits, drink it and take off. But real energy in professional sport works differently. Wins are built not on stimulation, but on discipline, predictability, and efficient resource management. The brand sells the feeling of explosion. Championships are built on a cool head. Now imagine Max actually drank 100 bottles of Red Bull. One standard can contain about 80 milligrams of caffeine, around 27 grams of sugar, about 1,000 milligrams of taurine, and B vitamins, B3, B5, B6, B12. Taurine is an amino acid involved in cardiovascular function, supports the nervous system, and helps muscles contract. In normal amounts, taurine can be beneficial, but at 100,000 milligrams, it becomes an extreme chemical load on the heart, liver, and kidneys. So 100 bottles would equal roughly 8,000 milligrams of caffeine, nearly 2.7 kilograms of sugar, and 100 grams of taurine. For context, the generally safe daily dose of caffeine for an adult is about 400 milligrams. Even for elite athletes, that number doesn't increase tenfold. 8,000 milligrams would be severe overload. The heart reacts first. Caffeine sharply activates the sympathetic nervous system, the fight-or-flight response. The heart beats faster and harder, blood pressure rises, blood vessels constrict. The body enters a constant state of alarm, as if escaping danger, except the danger is internal. The risk of tachycardia, arrhythmias, and chaotic rhythm disturbances increases. For an average person, this is dangerous. For a Formula One driver who experiences intense G-forces and must maintain a steady heart rhythm under extreme pressure, it's critical. Next, the brain. Caffeine blocks adenosine, the chemical that signals fatigue and the need for rest. As a result, the brain stops accurately assessing the body's condition. At first, there's a sense of sharpness, accelerated thinking, as if your mind is moving faster. But this quickly turns into overstimulation. Anxiety rises, concentration declines, and the ability to manage complex decision chains drops. Fine motor skills deteriorate. And in Formula One, micro movements and precision matter more than any sense of sharpness. Now the sugar. Nearly 3 kilograms of sugar would deliver a massive metabolic shock. Blood glucose would spike, forcing the pancreas to release huge amounts of insulin. First comes a brief surge of energy, then a sharp crash. An energy collapse follows, weakness, dizziness, brain fog, reduced attention. The body receives conflicting signals. Caffeine screams, act, while metabolism is already exhausted. The liver and kidneys would be forced to process an enormous volume of stimulants and sugar. Fluid and electrolyte balance would be disrupted, directly affecting the nervous system and muscles. Tremors, unstable movements, and even seizures could occur. Taurine and B vitamins, beneficial in small doses, would become a toxic burden at this scale. And here's the key trick of energy drinks. They don't create energy. They temporarily mask fatigue. You're not stronger, sharper, or smarter. You just feel your limits less clearly. And when control fades, safety fades with it. Reactions may become more aggressive, but less precise. Mistakes appear suddenly, without warning. That's why professional drivers don't fuel up on energy drinks. Their training focuses not on stimulation, but on stability. Max Verstappen trains so that his body and mind perform equally well on lap 1 and lap 50. If caffeine is used at all, it's in microdoses and under expert supervision, not for hype, but for fine-tuning. Red Bull as a brand stands for speed, risk, adrenaline. Red Bull Racing stands for calculation, precision, control. Mass culture sells fast energy. Professional sport survives on resource management. The more stimulants, the less precision. The more noise, the higher the price of a mistake. "100 bottles of Red Bull wouldn't make Max faster. They would make him less stable, less precise, and less himself. And that's the point of this hypothetical scenario. It's not about the drink, it's about the illusion that energy can simply be consumed. We live in an era of quick fixes, fast coffee, fast sugar, fast brain stimulation. But real performance works differently. It's quiet, routine, and rarely advertised. It's built on discipline, recovery, and knowing when not to overload yourself. Max Verstappen represents balance, because energy isn't what you pour into yourself. Energy is what you know how to control, and that's the real takeaway from this story. GPT request completed. You should not drink 100 bottles of Red Bull, and even one should be consumed with caution.